Yes, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy, back again, back again. And obviously, in this early morning show, we're going to speak about Ben White, we're going to speak about Albert Sambilakonga, a new right back, as well as Masho Sabitzer. How about that? I don't have an awesome hour update at the moment. I know you want me, I know most of you are going to say, Cossy, what is going on with the awesome hour at the moment? Really and truly, I do not have an update, but as soon as I get it, I'm trying to look for that update around the likes of Charles Watts, the likes of Fabrizio, the likes of Get Fresh News. So as soon as I get an update from Howsome Hour, I'll be very, very glad to let you guys know. We are not sponsored by anyone, so if you want to advertise with us, please get onto my email, get on my numbers in the in the description. You'll be able to contact me, and of course you'll be able to advertise with us at very, very good rates. Please do support the channel. My numbers are in the description. You could just support me with data. You could just support me with anything, water, anything that you feel like I should get. Of course, please do smash the like button, subscribe the channel. Those are the good things. And you guys have made this channel go back to where we want it to be. I mean, we are very close to 25,000. Very, very close. We are 200 subscribers away from 25,000. So if only 200 people can subscribe today, we can get to 25,000 subscribers. So make sure you're one of those people who do subscribe today, that we can actually get halfway of the journey, because the journey is 50,000 subscribers. That is our target, right? Let's get into it. A couple of stories to discuss this early morning. Like I said, Arsenal are back for Masho Sabitzer. Arsenal are in for Masho Sabitzer. Now, a couple of days ago, I did report about Masho Sabitzer, and I said Arsenal are really, really interested in getting Masho Sabitzer, and we were given a green light by RB Leipzig, because it seems Spurs are not really, really serious about the player. Now, what is interesting about Sabitzer, and it's the same thing about Dennis Zakaria as well, so I could just note this around so that we talk about Dennis Zakaria as well, right? So, the interesting thing about Dennis Zakaria, the interesting thing about Masho Sabitzer is his contract has 12 months to go. So next year is gonna be a free agent. Now, what RB Leipzig is saying, we do not want to lose the player on free. We want to get at least some money, from the sale of Masho Sabitzer. At the moment, he's valued at around 15 to 20 million euros. Arsenal are looking for an attacking midfielder. Madison is so expensive. And I think, in my opinion, we would going for Sabitzer. If we get Howsome Hour and we go for Masho Sabitzer, it's the perfect midfield for me. It's the perfect midfield, because Sabitzer can play for you as a right winger. He can play for you as a left winger. He's gonna play as a central midfielder. He can play for you as an attacking midfielder, just like Howsome Hour. As a bargain, it's really a bargain. I mean, look at the quality of Sabitzer, 27 years of age, and you're getting him at less than 20 million pounds. It's an absolute bargain. It's an absolute bargain. And I think these are some of the deals, these are some of the areas that Arsenal has to focus on in this summer. Really getting players that are running down on their contracts, but are so good, and it's an upgrade in those areas where we are. So for me, I'll take Masho Sabitzer all day long. Let me know in the comment section what you think about Madison and Masho Sabitzer. Right. Of course, talking about players that are running down, of their contract, it is Dennis Zakaria. Zakaria also plays with Borussia Mönchengladbach in Germany, and he actually has 12 months as well left on his contract. Borussia Mönchengladbach would be very open to selling the defensive midfielder, because he's a typical defensive midfielder. Arsenal are reportedly interested, but I don't see that interest really materialize into something really serious at the moment. Arsenal in talks with Howsome Hour, and I think the backup is Yves Bissouma. I don't see us going for Dennis Zakaria, but honestly, I would do a deal for Dennis Zakaria. He's a good player. If we fail to get Bissouma, if we fail to get our Howsome Hour, and then decide to use Partey as a box-to-box, you bring in a Dennis Zakaria, very solid player, very good at tackling, very good at interceptions, he's a marquee signing in the midfield area for any side. And I think if Arsenal don't take him I'd recommend the United maybe to take him because they also need someone to play in that DM role. So probably Arsenal could go for Dinis Zakaria. 12 months left in his contract, another bargain. I think we should be looking at deals like this instead of looking at 90 million deals that we cannot do at the end of the summer. We walk away without doing any deals. In my opinion, you look at a 30 million euro deal, a 20 million euro deal that you can do, that you can close, because you do have the advantage in that regard. Of course, Ben White yesterday, it was confirmed, guys. It was confirmed yesterday. Ben White, it's a done deal. Now, the saga has finally ended. The storm has finally ended, and that is for me the best news ever. That is for me the best news ever. I've spoken about I think the Ben White deals for so long, and sometimes I felt like, you know what, looks like I'm even people are fed up of this. But there's been a lot of frustration around this deal, and there's a lot of frustration around Arsenal transfers, and we've got to accept it. The Arsenal, if you're an Arsenal fan, you've got to get used to the frustration. It happens on a daily basis. It happens on every transfer window. Wait, in January, we might have a couple of priorities to sort out. We're never going to sort them out like that. It's always going to be a hassle. It's always going to be, a lot of transfer deja vus and a lot of, two steps back, one step forward. That is always the situation Arsenal is in. But if we think about it in a more objective sense, Ben White, why would he go to Everton and leave Arsenal? For me, no reason. City, Chelsea, United, were they ever interested in this deal? In my opinion, they were never interested. I think Brighton, what Brighton were doing was pressurize Arsenal, because for them what they wanted was Arsenal to give them a guarantee that they would pay them 50 million euros. Now, what was agreed yesterday, according to Duncan Cassers, is Everton. Sorry, did I say Everton? Brighton will get 48 million pounds in guaranteed payments from Arsenal, and I think that makes the deal that makes the deal done. That makes it easy. So Brighton have accepted the terms, and we're just one step away from completing that. The players agreed our deal, personal terms outlined, ironed out, agreed. I mean, there's a consensus. Say you could use any word you want. So Ben White, Arsenal deal is very attractive. It's not going to go to Everton. It's not going to go to Manchester City. It's not going to Manchester United. It is Arsenal for him. So Ben White agrees Arsenal deal. That is one of the things that you've got to think about, and you've got to think about it. For 50 million pounds for a defender, for a centre back, it's decent. And I know many Arsenal fans are gonna say, "Oh, Cossy, we are still behind. Liverpool signed Virgil van Dijk at 75, and you have Manchester United signing Harry Maguire at 80. We're still we're still behind. But look, I mean, you're never gonna get all your players at the same price as United. Never gonna get your players at the same price as Liverpool. But probably you could have a better player that is actually cheaper than than a more expensive player at United or at Liverpool. But so because for me, Partey is 45 million pounds. But if you ask me, do I take Partey? Do I take Pogba? I mean, it's a little bit interesting because I do like Pogba, but I would take Thomas Partey. Anyway, look, I think it's a Maki signing for Arsenal. Maki signing. Getting in a serious centre-back. Forget the likes of William Saliba. I think they're decent, but at this point in time, they're no longer, in our pecking order. So getting in, for me, Arsenal, getting in a serious centre-back, 50 million pounds, right, is just enough. Just enough. You have Nicola Pepe, who's 72 million. You have Aubameyang, who's 60 million. You have Alexander Lacazette, who's 50 million. You have Thomas Partey, who's 45 million pounds. And then you have now Ben White, who's 50 million pounds. So I think this, slowly by slowly, this squad, and many people don't realize this, by the way, but this squad is increasing and increasingly growing in value. Now you have players like Saka, whose value is around 58 or 60 million pounds. You have of course, that is my own valuation. I've not seen it anywhere. You have players like Gabriel Martinelli. In the next 2 years, his valuation could be at around 50 or 60 million pounds as well. So I think this squad is growing, in value. But my problem is the quality improving as well. Yes, you have the likes of Nicola Pepe, quality. You have the likes of Aubameyang. He has the quality. Gabriel and Ben White, the quality is there. Partey, the quality there. So you can see probably in the next in the next 2 seasons, if Arsenal continue building the same kind of arc that we are building, we will be able to get aboard and we will be able to sell. Is it enough for us to sign only Ben White? Ridiculous. We need more and more and more signings, and that is what I'm gonna ask for. I'm gonna ask of Arsenal. Give us more signings. Give us more signings. It is not enough to get Ben White in. It's not enough to get in a centre back. We need the backup goalkeeper. We need a right back. We need 2 midfielders and probably a striker. So a lot of work, still has to be done right there. And of course, talking about a right back and Albert Samuel Lokonga as well. Lokonga, yesterday the deal was out, ironed out and outlined as well. So we expect Albert Samuel Lokonga today or tomorrow, right? So I think it's another reason to subscribe to the channel, because I've reported about this deal for around a fortnight, 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And I think it's finally coming down. Another reason to smash the like button, because you can get reliable news on Cossy's Arsenal podcast, and that's what you want. And of course, another reason to smash the like button, guys. So talking about the right back, Arsenal are considering a couple of right backs now. It seems like Everton. Sorry, did I say Everton? Bellerin is closer and closer to an exit. Inter are interested, but the problem with Inter Milan is they have got money from the Achraf Hakimi deal. They don't want to splash it in this summer, especially on a direct replacement of Hector Bellerin. Probably they want to cater for other areas. You give them the respect for that. But the problem is they don't want to include an obligation to buy. They want an option to buy. And Arsenal is saying, if you're taking him out on loan, well and good, you're gonna pay his wages throughout the season, but you've got to take him. You've got to pay a fee in the region of 15 to 20 million euros if you're gonna take Hector Bellerin. Is Bellerin worth 17? Yeah, I think it's still worth it. Inter have a couple of financial issues, and all I know is they have to sell in order to buy, and I don't think they will, because a couple of reports have said they would want to go for Denzel Dumfries, they want to go for Jeremy Doku. All of them have really, really top right backs, but do they have the money? Are they willing to splash around 25 million pounds on Jeremy Doku? I don't think. Are they gonna splash around 20 million euros or 25 million euros on Denzel Dumfries? I don't think. I think at the end of the day, you have Bellerin crossing over to to Italy at Inter, and then you probably could have Arsenal signing a Jeremy Doku or signing a Denzel Dumfries. I should do a compilation of the right backs that we should sign instead of, because for me I think it's time for someone like someone as entertaining as a Denzel or as a Jeremy Doku. Top player. Denzel Dumfries, top player. Of course, I do have issues with Denzel Dumfries, especially when it comes to the defensive part of his game. But if you're talking about Jeremy Doku, really, really balanced right back. But we speak about that when Arsenal provides us with more information around their pursuit for a new right back. Of course, we've been linked with Milarian Pjanic. I've spoken about that. I've reported about that as well yesterday. We talked about Milarian Pjanic. Arsenal trying to get Milarian Pjanic, on the courtesy of Barcelona, trying to free up some money to raise 200 million pounds, by reducing their squad and salaries and things like that. It will be very interesting to see where that ends as well. And of course, the man himself, Tomohiro Tomiyasu, or actually it's called Tomayasu or Tomayosu. Playing according to Dimasio, said Bologna and Arsenal are in talks to see that the right back could join the Premier League. Apart from that, my name is Cossy. I'll speak to you very, very soon in the mid-morning show. Catch up with you later. Do smash the like button. Do subscribe to the channel as well. That is so important. Very, very important.